everybody, it's Emily at Arg Schooling, and we're doing a book haul, finally. So you may have noticed that I have not done a book haul on my channel since, I don't know, maybe a summer book haul. And the reason is twofold. One, I bought less books. At least I thought I did. I bought less books, so I didn't have a huge book haul. Two, I actually filmed a book haul. I don't know, a month ago. I filmed I think it was an October-November book haul. I filmed it, I put everything away, went to go edit, and the whole thing was out of focus, like really out of focus. Like everything was blurry the whole time. And I just was, I was so frustrated, and I was like, I already put everything away. The thought of pulling it all back off my shelves and filming it again was just like, I didn't want to. So I never did that book haul again. Then I got books for Christmas, and I was like, well, I got to film a book haul for that. And I thought, what if I just pull what I remembered being new? So, I don't know. This is a book haul of things that I have purchased or received for the last like 3 months-ish. Sort of. Like, this isn't everything. Because, like I said, the thought of like going back and trying to figure out what books I actually had purchased, I didn't want to. And I still don't want to. It's what it is. So, I'm going to try to go through my stack of like what I'm pretty sure was in that book haul. So I have like 3 sections here. I have what I'm pretty sure was my October-November book haul. I have my December book haul, and I have my Nightworms haul that I think is accurate. I don't know, maybe not. Like I said, I'm not about doing any research for this. So let's just go and start with the things that I'm pretty sure were in my previous book haul. And I'm going to start with The Brilliant Abyss by Helen Scales. This is nonfiction about the deep ocean and the ways that climate change is affecting the deep ocean and what that effect is going to do to us and that sort of thing. I'm already about halfway through this book. I'm reading it right now for the level 9 update. I'm loving this. Okay, this is going to get messy. Just, you know, work with me. I have Remarkable Creatures by Sean B. Carroll. Epic Adventures in the Search for the Origin of the Species. I do remember I bought this because Amy Shironi was talking about it, and I completely trust her book recommendations. She's brilliant, and I know she knows what she's talking about. And I know I bought this because in my mind I thought, ooh, this could be a good book to put in level 10 when I get to that update. But do I remember what this is? Not really. I know it has something to do with biology and evolution. That's all I've got. I have Braiding Sweetgrass for young adults. This is the young adult version of Robin Wall Kimmerer's book, Braiding Sweetgrass. And so I just was interested. I love these young reader editions of adult books. I don't know. I think these are great. This one's illustrated. It has like cute sidebars. I still have not actually read Braiding Sweetgrass. It is on my list of things to get to, hopefully this year. I got a ton of middle grade when I did the Sybil's Awards. I was a judge. I got a bunch of stuff. I did show all of my middle grade that I received in that video that I had to scrap, but I decided this time I wasn't going to do that. I'm just going to show you the stuff that I purchased instead of going through and like showing you all the things that I got sent a ton of stuff. A lot of it I didn't read because somebody else had already gotten it and we were in a rush to get through all the things. So it doesn't matter now. But the things that I purchased with my own money, I got 2 Degrees by Alan Gratz. I've enjoyed his books in the past. This one is about climate change. It follows like 3 different kids through different scenarios in different parts of the country or maybe the world, I'm not sure, and how climate change is affecting their lives. So really curious to see what I think of this. I have Where the Lost Ones Go by Akemi Dawn Bowman. I'm pretty sure this is her first middle grade, I think. I read Starfish, I think a year ago. Did I read it this year? In 2022? I don't remember. But I loved it. I'm pretty sure I read that last year. And I've been wanting to read more of their writing, and so I pre-ordered this because it's middle grade, and I know all I remember when I read about this is that it has to do with grief, and I think it's a ghost story. That's all I remember. I have Sarah Boteg's Guide to Vampire Hunting by Roseanne A. Brown, another middle grade about kids fighting vampires. This, I think, is probably Buffy inspired, but I don't know for sure because I haven't read it. I don't really know too much else about it. It sounds really fun, and I'm always interested in reading vampire books to see if there's one that I actually like, because as much as I love the concept of vampires, I've not found a lot of vampire media that I like. And then I also have The Vanquished. This is by Kaylin Barron, and this is also vampires. I don't know what the difference is between these. I just know I bought both of them because it was vampires. 2 middle grade vampire fantasy stories. Excited for both of them. I have Babel by R.F. Kuang. I was super excited about this. I loved The Poppy War. Did I finish that series? No. Will I finish that series? Maybe. I don't own the rest of it, but I think I have the second book as an ebook. We'll see. Either way, I really want to read this year. It's possibly going to be a book club selection for the ARG Booked Book Club. I don't know what month. I just know that I really want to read this, and that's probably the best way to force myself to pick it up. All I know about this is that it's a commentary about colonialism. It's historical fantasy. It's set in like a fantasy version of England, I think. And yeah, it says it's a historical fantasy epic that grapples with student revolutions, colonial resistance, and the use of language and translation as the dominating tool of the British Empire. I'm so excited to read this. I have At Midnight. These are 15 beloved fairy tales reimagined and it's edited by Dahlia Adler. I have the other 2 books in this collection, so I figured I might as well get this one too. I have read His Hideous Heart, and I think I gave that like 3.5 stars. I haven't read, what is it called? The Shakespeare one. I forget the name of it. But I decided just to go ahead and get this. It's various YA authors retelling fairy tales. That's all you really need to know. I have Nothing Sung and Nothing Spoken by Nita Tyndale. This is another book I'm like really excited about. I really want to read this like soon. This is set in Berlin right at the beginning of World War II. It's about girls, I think it's sapphic, and their experiences living through this war, being targeted because of their homosexuality. That's like all I know, but I'm like really excited. I think I saw someone compare this to Last Night at the Telegraph Club, but like set during World War II in Berlin. So like I'm really curious about it. My stacks are getting a little unwieldy. I have The Killing Code by Ellie Marney. Again, don't really remember a ton about this. This is a historical thriller. Think it's set during World War II. It's about breaking code and that sort of thing. And I think we're following a female protagonist. Yeah, rookie codebreaker Kit is an expert at revealing enemy secrets as long as no one cracks hers. So, really curious about that book. Another one that I really want to read that I know Sarah is also like dying to grab and steal from me is As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. This is by Zulfa Katu, and this is, I believe, a fantasy, like, I don't know how much fantasy is involved here. I think it's just speculative, but set during the war in Syria, and it's It's really all I know. I'm just super interested to read this. It says, "This is my land, and just like the lemon trees that have been growing here for centuries, spilled blood won't stop us." It says, "Perfect for fans of The Book Thief and Salt to the Sea, the stunning speculative debut burns with the fires of hope, romance, and possibility, a love letter to Syria and its people." And I just think this is going to be great, and I'm very excited to read it. Those are the things I'm pretty sure were in my book haul for the October-November haul. I don't know. I'm fairly certain. Let's get into my December stuff. Most of this was from Christmas. The only pre-order I had in December was A Million to One. This is by Adiba Jagadar, and it's about a heist on the Titanic, and it's all girl heist. And I just think heist and Titanic, sign me up. I'm excited to read this. This sounds so fun. I'm dying to read more Titanic books. It's a time period that I've researched quite a bit. I went through a whole thing many, many years ago when the old Titanic movie came out. Do you guys remember that? It was huge in the 90s. Like, everybody was obsessed with it. And I remember reading a lot about the Titanic when that movie came out. And I just never really came back to that. And I've been wanting to relive that experience. So, looking forward to picking this up. Okay, so the rest of this are things that I got for Christmas. There's a lot here, and I don't know a ton about these. There's a few that I do know enough about that I can, like, tell you. But most of them I just, like, I'm excited to have. First is the only one I've read in this stack, and that's Gleanings by Neal Shusterman. I got this copy for Christmas, and I'm just so excited that I have this one. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive that you could only get on Black Friday. It's signed by the author. The cover's a different design than the original. And there's an extra story in it, which I actually have not read yet because I kind of forgot. I read this the minute like I had it in December, and I hadn't gone back to read the extra story yet, so I'm excited to do that. But loved this. This was one of my favorite books of the year. I loved to get to go back to that universe. I have Ariadne. This is by Jennifer Saint. I've been dying to read this. This is a retelling of the Minotaur story from Greek mythology. I've been on a whole mythology kick this past year. Going into this year, I want to read more mythological retellings. This is a thing that I'm just excited about. So, super psyched that I have this. I have Reader, I Murdered Him by Betsy Cornwell. Do not ask me what this is about. I know I wanted it. I had it on my list of books that I wanted to get, and I remember absolutely nothing about this book. I know that it has something to do with murder. Those are my wonderful deduction skills. But I don't know when this is set or where it's set. Okay, it's set in London. A boarding school in London. Ooh, okay, now I'm kind of remembering things. So this is a boarding school in London. I think we're Victorian. It's a queer romance. There, that's what I remember now. I have Tolkien's The Fall of Numenor. I am collecting this whole, every Tolkien, everything I'm apparently collecting. I've been getting, this book is heavy. This has heft to it. It's got really thick pages. It's just a gorgeous book. Beautifully illustrated. I'm not doing it justice, but this is gorgeous. So excited to add that to my collection. I have All the Living and the Dead by Haley Campbell. I've seen this all over Bookstagram. Been dying to get a copy, so I'm super excited. Dying to have a copy because it's about death. I'm funny. I'm really good at puns unintentionally. So this is From Embalmers to Executioners, an exploration of the people who have made death their life's work. This is the thing I've learned about myself, is that I am fascinated with death. I collect skulls. I love reading about what happens to our bodies after we die. I'm not so much interested in afterlife and that sort of thing. I'm more interested in the science of what happens to you when you die. and people who do that work. I am a morbid human. Okay, hold on.
With no commentary.
Caveat. Sarah is sitting across from me and she's like raising her hand like she's in school. And she wanted to inform me that I might be a little too morbid because I did not explain properly. I think I assume you guys are smart enough to know that when I say I collect skulls, that I'm not referring to like my enemies. I like skulls. Like I have skulls literally all over my house because I enjoy looking at them, I guess. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. But no, they are not human skulls. I do not have like literal human skulls. Sarah. Back to programming here. Oh my gosh. I have The Flower Boat Girl. This is by Larry Fiene. I don't know what this is. This was something my husband bought me because apparently my daughter and I read a book every day during school. It's part of our morning basket time, and it tells us about things that happen in history on that day. I think it's called On That Day in History. It's by DK, and we read a passage about this woman who was a pirate, and we read the thing, and I said, wow, that's amazing, and I want a whole book about her. And he found me one. So I don't really remember a ton, but this is about this woman who was a real-life heroine. She became a pirate. It says it's set on the South China coast in 1801. So I guess I'm going to have to read this and see what I think of it. I have Philippa Gregory's newest book. This is Dawnlands. This is the third book. I think it's a trilogy. Book 3 and the Fair Mile series. So it just says book 3. I don't know if it's a trilogy. I have not read any of them. Perhaps I should do that. But this, I don't know anything about it to tell you besides it is the third book of that series. I don't know how to say this. I'm going to try my best. Kaikei, I think. This is by Vaishnavi Patel. This is another book that I've been like dying to get my hands on. This is Indian Hindu mythology. This is a retelling. I don't really know exactly what it is, but it is a book that I've been hearing a ton about, and I just like really want to read it. And I also have Stephen King's newest book. This is fairy tale. I'm pretty sure this is fantasy, not horror. It's portal fiction. It's about a boy, I believe, who like goes through this portal world and his adventures there. I don't really know too much more about it, but again, been hearing a ton about it. Really want to read it. I've gotten some books from my Nightworms subscription. If you don't know what that is, Nightworms is a subscription where you get 2 horror novels a month. They are based on a theme, and you get like 2 books. One is a brand new release, and one is like an indie published something. Sometimes they're both indie, but they're both, I think, new releases usually. And you get like stickers, you get tea or some kind of beverage, and I love it. I'm like so excited because I'm one of those people who I say I love horror, but I rarely pick it up. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just usually because I don't know what to pick up. So enter Nightworms to save the day and send me all kinds of stuff. Things I've like never heard of. So I'm going to mess this up. I don't remember what was what month. I'm pretty sure this was October. I know this was October. This is Human Monsters, a horror anthology that was edited by Sadie Hartman and Ashley Sawyers, and they are the women who run Nightworms. So this was really cool. This is an anthology, so there's a ton of different horror authors in here. And I don't know too much more about it because I have not had a chance to pick this up, but I'm really excited about it. I have The Vessel. This is by Adam L. G. Neville. I don't know anything about this besides that it's folk horror. And it's got a really cool cover, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited for it. Then, let's see. Okay, I think these go together. I'm trying to remember what books came in what month. And so this was November. I got Such Sharp Teeth. This is by Rachel Harrison. This is a werewolf story, like a feminist werewolf story. Then I have Rootwork. This is by Tracy Cross. This is Conjure series, book 1, and this is set in 1889, and it's set in like a small Louisiana parish in the segregated South, and it's following some sisters, and that's really all I know. I'm really curious about it though. I'm all about like historical horror too. That's a thing that I really want to read more of. And then in December, I was sent White Horse, which is another book. This is by Erica T. Worth. It's an Indigenous author. And this is one I've been hearing a ton about. I don't know if it's horror or if it's like more thriller-y kind of horror. I think there's murder involved. I don't really know too much more. I got Lucky Girl. This is a Krampus story by M. Rickert. I meant to read this during my Christmas break. Did I actually though? No. But I meant to. It's short too, and I'm kind of mad at myself for forgetting about it. But this sounded like a really fun story. It's a Krampus story. Oh my gosh. I'm going to attempt a stack. Maybe. Well, this is already like obnoxiously tall, and the thought of making it taller seems dangerous, so I'm gonna stop. I have 27 books that I have acquired in this past fall. These are from October, November, December, so all things considered, that's not a ridiculous number, so I feel fine. I feel good about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if there's anything here that you are particularly interested in hearing me talk about more when I read it. Also let me know down below if you got any new books for the holidays, like what was the best book you were given as a gift? I'd like to hear about it down in the comments so we can chat. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye.